Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday. It's your girl Ish here. We are here, Uncensored Minds Reloaded, episode 157. Make sure to like and share the video. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so. Hit the live bell notification. This way you are always tapped into everything tailor-made. Make sure to say something in the chat so that we can all know who is here. We have an amazing show lines up for you, starting out with the entertainment quick spin, followed by the real conversation, the heavy conversation, the deep conversation, the sexy conversation. Make sure you grab your snacks, your wine. You are now tuned in to the world's greatest conversation. Let's go, fellas. Where you at?
What's
cracking, people? What's the word?
Up?
I'm over here. I'm over here with two sick bandits, everybody.
It was
Man, me and Nell are definitely under the weather, but you can see how dedicated we are to everybody out there, all of the members. We love and appreciate you guys so much that we just push through. So T, boo to you.
Y'all be around too many people, man. People is nasty, man. People dirty, people nasty, man.
Listen, it's husky out there right now.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 157. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button underneath the video. Say something in the chat so we can see who's all rocking. I want to get into a couple quick announcements real quick. For the members, if anybody that's a member that wanted to take part in the Pollyanna for Christmas, hit up the Uncensored Minds Facebook page and just say if you want to be a part of it or not. I don't know if we'll set a limit at like something small, like $25 or $50, something like that, to for all the members to take part in the Pollyanna, and then you'll get. I guess we'll close it down. I'm gonna say the first week or second week of December. We'll lock in everybody that's going to be in it, and then that'll give people enough time to, pick a gift for whoever they get as a partner.
Cool.
Yo, whoever I get gonna get a great gift. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, so you
gotta stick to the limit, bougie boo.
No limit.
All right, wait. So I have a question. Are we able to get each other or no?
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a pot.
I'll put it all in like a raffle type joint, and then whoever picks gets picked.
Well, I hope Nell get me.
You said all that just to say I wasn't Nell to get me.
Yes, because he said whoever I get gonna get a great gift.
Crazy.
I'm putting into the atmosphere now, guys.
Yeah, all right. I did want to say, I don't know who all watches the R&B Money podcast, but if you are a fan of like old school R&B or any kind of R&B in that nature, you can check out Tank and Jay Valentine on the R&B Money podcast. I say all that to say that Johnny Gill was just on there, right? And I never knew Johnny Gill was this damn hilarious, man. So Johnny Gill was talking about how R. Kelly was supposed to be the third member in LSG instead of him. And also, he was like, y'all know I can sing. Like, I'm a singer, but I'm really a pimp and a model. Wow. He was like, I'm really a pimp and a model. So shout out to Johnny Gill.
Shout out Johnny. That's my
New Edition is definitely, top tier. But check that out whenever y'all get a chance. The last thing I wanted to say that if y'all didn't see SZA in this snooze video, it's just not fair what she did in that video. That's all I'm gonna say is what she did in that snooze video is just not fair.
This is the one with her and Justin.
It's a couple of people in that joint. Yeah, it's the boy who played Bobby Brown in the New Edition movie. It's a couple of people in that joint. But she did something crazy in that joint. She was never naked, but y'all gotta watch it for yourself.
I saw bits and pieces of it, but I ain't never sit still and watch the whole thing, so I'm gonna definitely check it out.
Yeah, It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. What's up, Lady B? I see you in the chat. Let me see where we at. I guess we can get right into the icebreaker, people. All right. So since Thanksgiving is coming upon us, and we do talk about Thanksgiving a little bit more deeper in our deeper segments that's coming up later, but I want to say on something real quick. What is the thing that you are most thankful for? Not a person, like not a family member, but what is the thing that you are most thankful for? And y'all can answer in the chat as well. What's up, people?
You want to go first, Aisha?
No, you can go first.
I'm always thankful.
I'm dealing with these two sick people today. Go.
I'm thankful for life, more or less. You know what I mean? Where we come from, we've seen countless of people that we grew up with, that we knew, pass on at a real young age. T can share these same sentiments. When we actually had a brother of ours, pass before his time. So I always just look back on life, and I'm very thankful to be here in these 40 plus years on this earth, because some people said you wouldn't make it past 21. I had told me I wasn't going to make it past 21 to be sitting here at 42, 43 years old. That's a blessing. Not only just sitting here at 42, 43, but prospering and, and being something of positivity and not just existing, but more or less existing with a purpose. So that's what I'm most thankful for. Outside of the people that's in our lives, our family and all that, that's without saying, but more or less something more tangible is life, and the continuation of it, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. So I definitely would agree with Nell as far as definitely being thankful for just life and being able to live and breathe. But I'm also thankful for opportunity. Opportunity to wake up and do it again, opportunity to be a better human being, opportunity to right my wrongs, opportunity to learn, opportunity to grow. So yeah, I am definitely thankful for that, because I feel like that just allows me to continue stepping into the shoes that I am meant to fill.
For sure.
All right. I want to say that my answer is going to be somewhat narcissistic. So I want to say that I am most thankful for my brain. And what I mean in that sentiment is that I'm most thankful that I've allowed my brain to open even more, and like Ish said, learn even more, and just be aware of other perspectives and things, and my gradual grasp to continue to gain knowledge and information and share that. That is the thing that I'm most thankful for.
Nice.
What's up, people in the chat? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Most people in the chat is saying life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Life is be the biggest one that we see.
For sure.
Life. Without life, we can't do the things that we do, but also those opportunities that Ish so eloquently spoke about gives us the opportunity, gives us a chance to right our wrongs, as she said, continue on our path, but also making sure our journey is fruitful. Right. I think we asked this question I've asked this question on another show, one of our live shows. If your offspring could deliver your eulogy, what would they say about you? And the opportunities that he speaks about gives those people the opportunity to speak so eloquently about you at eulogy at the time that they need to. So shout out to the opportunity. That's the word for this week. Let's make sure that we grab hold of our opportunities when it's knocking. Make sure we're there to open the door and answer it. Energy, as if we really want to take hold of it, like we say we do.
I see you in the chat, Sarah. And Lady B says she's thankful for health and the generational wealth that she is trying to create. And she says she's going to pass along some of that generational wealth to us. So
Hey.
you have to look out for that.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for that.
Shout out to you, Lady B. Good looking out. Good looking out.
We appreciate generosity.
Thanks. Definitely appreciate it. All right, people. Let's get into the shindigs, man. Let's get into the shindigs.
It's a lot of shindigs going on tonight.
It's definitely a lot of
It's a lot.
So we're going to start with the biggie. Does anybody want to explain this story before I get into my shits?
Let our resident legalist talk about it from a legal standpoint.
What up, Aisha?
Your shit. Too.
All right. Well, I'm sure none of you are living under a rock because this story has literally been plastered all over the socials. Singer and actress Cassie has filed a $30 million lawsuit against none other than P. Diddy, the bad boy himself, for sexual assault, sex trafficking, and a slew of other things. This lawsuit was husky when I tell you. But I also told the guys that I had an opportunity to read the entire thing. I also told them that it actually was almost non-believable. It was actually almost out of like a movie script. The way her attorneys put it together, it definitely felt thickened. And a lot of things seem to be questionable. Let me just say that. But as soon as that complaint came out the very next day, it was settled upon. Now, I do not know, and I have not seen, and maybe the guys can let me know if it was for, or did they disclose the amount, if it was for the $30 million or they reached a smaller negotiation.
No,
I didn't see any numbers.
No, they didn't disclose the amount, but normally when you settle out of court is for a lesser number, a negotiated number that both parties are happy.
Right. I have seen people who settled just not to go through more and they just go ahead and pay the amount. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy did that, but I'm curious to know, because even if he did pay the $30 million, it would still be less than what he would have to pay for his attorneys, etc. So I'm wondering, I can't wait to see the settlement amount. And I'm not sure if they're going to put that under seal. I might be able to check that out when I get back to work.
You know, stress.
Like 28.
She thinks it's like 25, 28 million.
Okay. Very close.
I just want to say that for those who know and those who don't know, Puff has always been a mentor to me.
And me.
He's always been somebody that I looked up to just because of his business acumen. But I want to say this. Cassie was his girlfriend for what, 5, almost 10 years, something like that. On again, off again girlfriend, something like that. So the things that were in this, whatever you want to call it, are things that I feel was more. There was an NDA that was signed, and there were things that I feel that was of consent. So I feel like this is a real quick snatch money grab. It's something that Puff just doesn't have time, or the public embarrassment. We just don't got time for this shit. Like she wants money and he don't got time for this shit. So let's just get it out of the way. So first and foremost, grand opening, grand closing on the fastest fucking settlement I've ever seen in my life on a 1-day settlement. So I'm just glad it's over with. But I do want to say that if you're a person who's been raped, assaulted, she said he was using her as a sex trafficker to either bring in people or as a voyager. Like all of these things are things that you, as a grown-up, have some consent in. Is that true or not? Hello?
Absolutely.
So I don't think this is a case of where Puff was forcing her to do all things. Like, even as much as I got for R. Kelly, is like, he wasn't doing no R. Kelly shit to you, Cassie. I feel like these are all things that you willingly chose to do. And now that your bag is getting low, you got a new husband and some new kids, and now you want to bring all of this up into a ball? I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
confused. Wow.
Yeah. Well, she's
I don't think that you settle on a rape and assault case in one day. Like, so it got to be about money.
it was very fast.
It had to be about money, because if you really wanted him to pay for what he did to you, you wanted to see him go to jail, you wanted to see him stop doing this to others, whatever it may be. If he really did something to you of that nature, you don't settle in one day for money.
Thanks. I definitely would agree with you there. I mean, the things that were allegedly done and outlined, you would think that honestly, no amount of money, like you would think that you would take this to litigation all the way, because what's the worst that could happen? Okay, you lose and you don't have the money, or he is exposed. It was supposed to be evidence and things like that was supposed to be forthcoming, etc. Then if that was your main goal, then why not go all the way and push it all the way? One day, that wasn't even 1 month, 2 months. That was one day. Makes it seem that it was all about money.
Can I ask one of y'all, have y'all ever been in a relationship that you feel like it went too far, and they use these words of manipulation?
We all have a choice.
That's what I'm trying
we all
to get
have a
to.
Choice. We use that word on Thursday. Choice. We use that word on Thursday a lot. Choice. We all have a choice.
I'd be lost because you still got a choice. You're still grown up. He's still not putting a gun to your head. I don't understand where you have the choice, but then years later you say something went too far. I'll be lost.
Yeah.
What? No,
I mean, I'm sure she definitely was able to, like, my fault real quick now. She definitely had opportunities to leave. Like, she definitely had opportunities to get away, and people that were willing to help her even with her career. Her main reason for staying was because he kept threatening her career. His men kept saying, if you don't go back, if you don't do this, your career's over. You're done in this business. And that's all she could think about, the money.
Let's stay right there, Eve. Where is her career? and secondly, that's going to always happen. That's a part of life. That's a part of any kind of business. That's a part of when you go to your regular job. You can go to your regular job and your boss can say, you need to do this or you're going to get fired. That can happen at any circumstance. And then you always end up with what? A choice.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead now.
First of all, before we go any further, if there's anybody out there that is experiencing domestic violence, there is a 1-800 number that's accessible 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 366 on a leave year. So let's put that out there first of all. But secondly, my whole thought process behind it is, if you said you've been raped, you've been abused, you've been sodomized, you've been humiliated, you've been all of these things, why is money the root or the cause that will shut you up or help you go about your business? Wouldn't you want to expose to the world so it will stop this animalistic behavior from someone else happening? He's dating well-known celebrities right now. He has babies by other young women. He has women that he is raising himself as his daughters. Wouldn't you want that aggressive behavior to stop by bringing forth charges that will expose, instead of a quick 1 or 2 day settlement turnaround for money? That's my thought process. If it's true, then he needs help.
But that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, it needs help. But again, you have an obligation to yourself to do what you need to do to stop the abuse,
right,
running and getting a dollar.
right. But
Because
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying because I see people in the chat, saying somewhere in the lies that's the truth or whatever. Listen up, people. I believe a lot of this shit is probably true. What I also believe is a lot of this shit was fucking consensual.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are fine with it when you were in it, don't cry wolf now.
And my thing is even if at the time and I see a lot of things where there's a thing with maybe she didn't have the courage, maybe he brainwashed her, you know what I mean, into staying or whatever the case may be. Somebody has to eventually stand up to that, like the whole people.
Let's cut the bullshit.
Yes, how about
hold up, not you, Ish. But let's
right.
cut the
no,
bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. She has to eventually stand up and not settle in one day.
This ain't directed.
No, but I'm just saying.
This ain't directed to you. This is directed to everybody else. Let's cut the bullshit with the he's too powerful. You're never too powerful.
Yes.
Look at Bill Cosby. He's a powerful black man. He was trying to buy a network, means he has a ton of money. This man went to jail. He was exposed. He spent time in jail. You're never too powerful for the wrath that will come at you if it's coming.
Not only that, Nell, that's what I was trying to say. It's always going to be somebody who has more power than you. Are you going to just let them do whatever they want to you?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Stack up in your favor. There's no amount of power that a person can have that will get you convicted. It's not. It's not. So stop with the he's too powerful shit. Y'all falling into this narrative that people want you to believe. That's not nobody's never too powerful for nothing. They brought up charges against the former president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world. He's running again. So you can't be that damn powerful that you can't go to jail. Let's stop the bullshit. This is how these people get away with shit because y'all say, oh, he's too powerful. Let me just get money. If you feel like somebody demeans you and somebody has abused you and raped you, fucking put their ass all under.
Thanks. Stand up.
It's too powerful shit. They not. Nobody is never too powerful for nothing. It's always something more powerful than that person. Be it the law or end of God.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's exempt. But the moment you say, okay, I'll go away quietly. If you pay me some money, now your story has holes in it to me.
Right.
Now it's like it's convoluted with, is it really about the justice or is it about the money?
You can't just power away because somebody's powerful. That's gonna always happen. Your whole life is going to be people that are more powerful than you. Are you going to cower every time?
I see women saying he's too powerful. Are you going to tell your daughter that if somebody that she's dating got a little power? Oh, he's too powerful, baby. Don't do it. Just pump the brakes and let's just go get this money. No. Send his motherfucking ass to jail. As much as I love Diddy, as much as I love the whole movement that is Bad Boy and what is Sean Combs, I'm not for that. I got a mother. I got sisters. I got little girls that I'm raising. You think I give a fuck about any of that if that shit is true? I don't care how powerful and how amazing he is to this entertainment world. He is not exempt and above the law. So stop it with the powerful. He's not. But she made it about money. And we can all see it. You would settle in one day without this going to trial. This meant you cared nothing about nothing that you said was morals that you had. All you cared about was the financial repercussions that come along with what you got.
Thanks.
Powerful. I'm powerful. It's crazy. That don't mean I can't go to jail.
That don't mean somebody can't stand up to you because you're powerful.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's always going to be people that have power, more power than you.
Do you honestly think this judicial system don't want to see another black successful man go down? Look what's going on around us. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. You think Puff would not be another notch on their belt if they could? Yes. They don't want to see us succeed. And if it can go that route and you could take it there, they're going to take it all the way there. Bill Cosby committed these crimes when 60 years ago. This man is 80-something years old. They convicted his ass.
But that's what I'm saying. Your story should be your story, and if you wanna stand up for yourself, if you want to speak out, if you want to help people, then do that. You don't take the hush money and just go ahead about your business. What are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
Thing. If you want justice, go get justice.
right?
If
Oh,
you want
yeah.
to
Even
pay
if
for
you
I would have.
don't get justice,
you,
you should
Even if
still
you
be
don't
heard.
get justice, that's
Right.
what I was
Even if you
saying.
don't
Like,
get
even if you
justice,
ain't
you
get
should
that
still be
money.
heard. When you don't
Right.
allow yourself to be heard, don't blame nobody else for that.
justice.
Right.
No, ain't nobody. No, check this out. See, no stress. Nobody is shunning you. We just speaking on the speak. Like we can't get offended if we put a comment out there and somebody talks about it. That's what conversation is about. And nobody's shunning anything. It's just we need to wake up. We
Right.
can't keep using these narratives about things and just saying, all right, well, that's the narrative or whatever. We gotta understand, we gotta sit back and we gotta do our due diligence and have a conversation. That's what it is about. Conversing. You can't get upset. Nobody can get upset because somebody is judging their opinion or saying something back. That's just that's called life, and that's what conversations are about. Like, so if we can't take a conversation, then what are we doing here?
All right, let's move on to the next topic, people, because it's a lot of your friends in trouble now.
Oh my God. Not this is Will Smith a booty bandit. My God.
But you know what? This is what I say, right? And I said this a lot of times. This is why I don't put people on pedestals. This is why I don't put people on pedestals, because the moment something comes out, or the moment somebody says something, or the moment they do something, we judge them and look at them as if they're not who they are, a human. Like, we are allowed to have space to be whatever we choose to be, do whatever we want to do. And it should be no, never mind, because you might have bought my CD, or you might have tuned into my show, or you might have bought some merchandise, whatever. But if that man is that, who is he hurting? If that man chooses to, whatever he chooses to do behind closed doors, who is he hurting? Nobody.
I don't care if he's a booty bandit.
But yeah,
Like, I'm just in shock over the Who person. Like the Who. Like, who are you, dude?
yeah.
Like, who are you to come on whatever Tasha K's platform or whatever and say this about Will Smith? Like, who are you? Like, I only like to hear from a certified person. Like, who are you? Like, who is this dude?
But you
He
know
was
what?
his assistant for like 40 years.
All right. So if you
that's
my
why he feel like he got enough.
if you're my assistant and you ain't like what you seen me doing, you had one choice.
Facts.
You had a choice. But this, you know what? This is another case of a successful black man who does not have a tarnished reputation to tarnish it. Like, this is like, we go on these, we build people up only to tear them down to nothing. Why do we do so much of that in our culture? That's my question. Why do we tear our own people down? Because you know what it is? I didn't make hold of my opportunities. That's the word of the day. So I am going to shit on somebody else who did something with their opportunity.
He tried to shop that. He tried to shop that to like several large media outlets.
But why? But this is not a new story. That's what I mean when I say, who are you and why are you doing this now? Because this ain't a new story.
But you know what, see? You know who I blame?
What's up?
Wife. His wife. You know why? Because the moment you come out and you do all of this, it shows a divided household. So now everybody thinks that they can come and take shots. Everybody thinks they can come and take shots. That's why, just like we say, we got to protect our black women. We got to be protected as black men as well. Because ain't no way we should be living in the same house and nothing that we got going on in our relationship should ever hit the outside street, ever. But then you have individuals.
Hold on now, because I want to address this.
But did he lie?
Who lied?
If he's bisexual, who cares? But why lie? The reason why a man would lie in this situation is because of the treatment of how he's getting looked at right now. So right now, as this story hits the fan, this may be a new story to some of y'all, but I'm from Philadelphia. This isn't a new thing. And nobody gives a fuck. And he would lie because business-wise, people are going to look at you a little different, some people. And in the public eye, people are going to look at Will different. There's been many of y'all who have said in the comments on this show, whatever it may be, oh, if I find out he was getting, I'm done with him. That's why people lie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People will believe a negative untruth before they will believe the truth, a positive truth. You know that? We're conditioned as people to run with a narrative of negativity sells, and we'll run with that, and we'll cast an aspersion upon somebody because of a negative. Does it matter if that man is gay? If he is, you chose to watch his show because it was funny, not because he was gay. You chose to listen to his music because it was sounded good, not because he was gay or straight. You choose to support him as a black man who was a stand-up black man for his family and his wife through all these years because he is something of substance, not because of his sexual orientation. So why do we care now? Why? Why are we slandering a man's name who has not had anything slanderous outside of slapping somebody for taking up or disrespecting his wife in front of his face? Why are we trying to tear this man down? Why are we even having anything negative to say about this black man who's done nothing but positive things in his community and outside of his community? Why? What do we get off from that? What do we gain from going on these media tours, or what do we gain as being in the comments of any one of these shows or podcasts or whatever it is, saying, "Oh, if he's gay, he's wrong," or whatever the case may be? That is that man's choice, and it's my choice to stay there if she is, if it is.
No, I'm gonna tell you what people gain. Right, this is what people gain, as you said earlier about placing people on pedestals. This is where you put them on these pedestals. Now I can knock you off your pedestal. Now you're not so much greater than me. Now it doesn't matter that you're more successful than me. That's all it is.
And you know they do it too. Men, our black men, we are hunted. We are hunted like deers in the wild. Who's protecting us? Look at the long laundry list of black men who have been successful only to be dragged after the fact. Bill Cosby, Will Smith, Diddy Combs, whoever, a long laundry list of names. And who comes to their rescue and say, no, we're not doing that. Right?
What's your thoughts?
Hold up. I don't see nobody going on these same media blitzes talking about Oprah Winfrey and her girlfriend Gail. Right? The rumors that they've been gay for forever. But who talks about it? Nobody. You know why? Because it's wrong to disrespect women. It's wrong to talk about powerful, successful black women because we got to protect them, which we should. But where does the protection come at for our black men who are doing positive things in our communities for us and with us? Where? Regardless of if it's entertainment, regardless if it's a story that sells. You know why it sells? Because we fall into these traps and we listen to it instead of saying, no, we're not doing that with that one. We're not doing that with that one. Somebody else who's disrespectful will play with that. But now I don't see nobody doing that. What about Charleston White? That's one of the most disrespectful black men in the world. I don't see nobody saying nothing to him, stepping to him. Academics. He goes on these rants and raves about women being bitches, and they ain't equivalent to nothing that got going on for a man. I don't see nobody canceling him. But y'all worrying about Will Smith's sexuality?
No,
his wife ain't.
No. Hold on, I want to ask a question. It is men's mental awareness month, right?
My mental health is hot.
I see nobody ask none of us about our mental health.
Mental health. Oh.
Right,
Where's the November? All of November.
Right. Right.
Oh.
What's your thoughts? So we can move on. What's your thoughts on Will before we move on to the
It doesn't. They just will just always, it's never ending with the barrage of stories about Will, especially his sexuality. But I just feel like it doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from his talent. It doesn't take away from the gem that he is to the city of Philadelphia. Whatever he chooses to do with his body and who he chooses to do it with is, it's his own prerogative. And obviously, Jada is standing beside him no matter what. So if it's true, if it's not, if it's a reason as to why their marriage is the way that it is, whatever their dynamic may be, she riding. So
all right. Let's move on to our next topic. What happened with Snoop
Deal? Snoop quitting.
Well,
well, good for you, Snoop. I don't know. I don't know if that's real because I think everybody at some point in time be like, nah, I'm not going to Snoop no more. Nah, I'm not going to do that no more. Huh?
You don't believe quit?
No, he can absolutely and positively do whatever he sets his mind to do. However, I just think that it's going to be difficult to stay away for like forever.
Right. I think this is a health thing. Like, I don't think this is a choice, like a pro-choice thing. I think it's a health thing. It's in his best interest to stop smoking. I wasn't opposed to either way, but I think that some people do become dependent upon, things like weed or alcohol or whatever it may be, whatever the vice may be. So I'm for it if he's gonna quit. Like, you want to smoke forever? No?
Right. Maybe his lungs. Yeah, right. Maybe lung issues, etc. Right. Never go against the family now. Nell said it. Nell says it best.
So, anybody else got any more words on Snoop?
I'm tapped out on the nonsense. You did. I'm just tapped out on all of that because it's just a way of us tearing our society down and weakening our strength. Just think, if you look at it, look at our culture. Our culture is trending. Our culture is the number one most trended culture in the world. They steal our music. They jack our style. They jack our lingo. They want to look like us. They want to dress like us. They want to talk like us. They even want to look like us. They they darken their skin to be darker. They cut their hair or they do the things to or they lock their hair up so they can look like us on all aspects. But the moment we do something powerful, they shun us and they cause us to even divide our own selves. They don't divide them. They allow us to divide each other. So it's just reality for our culture and our society. And the moment we realize that,
that's what I mean. We never realized it. That's why it's a never-ending game. Like they play in this game. They playing chess while we playing checkers, and that's why I said earlier about my brain, because that is something that I'm trying to get other people to unlock. Other parts of that brain to unlock more knowledge and learning things that are different than the norm, because they're gonna play it. They're gonna play in your face if you allow them to. They'll play in your face.
Yeah, you know what's so funny to me? We are going into 2024, and when y'all watch the show tonight, you'll know what I'm talking about. The New Year's resolutions. Watch the show in a couple of minutes. It's powerful. But we're going to 2024, meaning we're going to elect a new president. We're going to elect a president that we already had that people hated at one point, and now he's revered. Right? But no one talks about the things that he done and said when he was in office. You know what? Y'all forgot about that, and y'all said, oh, we got stimulus checks under him. Let's bring him back. So, you know what we do in our culture? We pay to play. And as long as you pay to play, you'll get
sell out, damn it. Just call it a sellout.
That's what it is.
Just call it a sellout.
Pay us, we'll forget about every little thing that you've done and said to us.
That's why I said,
disrespectfully and hurtfully, we'll forget about it and we'll say, you got it. That's what it is. You pay us.
I always say it. Put your price in the bio.
That's
Put your price in the bio. That's why I always say it.
And the same people that says that disrespectful stuff should be handled, nipped in the bud, and will go out next year and vote for the person that has been most disrespectful to women, Donald Trump, to the country, Donald Trump, and to all of us, Donald Trump. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Why?
I'm not mad at Trump, so that's my dog.
Because we got a price. We all have a price. And if you meet our price, we'll forget about everything. Sad society we live in, people. Sad society we live in.
I told you, be aware of those intentions, man. Be aware of those intentions. What's up, man?
Start thinking for yourself. The word, we talked about this icebreaker question of the day was so powerful if you go back and listen to it. E spoke about opportunity. T spoke about his brain. Put those two things together, using your brain to conquer your opportunities, limitless. Then you got a successful life. The three intertwine with each other. Look it up. Start living life by hopping on your opportunities and using your brain.
All right, people. What's happening here? Benzino, who was somewhat successful rapper, has this little girl, Coi Leray, who is now popping. And now the roles have been reversed from your father, taking care of you and giving you money and whatever child support, however that may be. So now she is the breadwinner, and now he's in a financial hole, and he's asking her for money. And I think it came out that she said, "Fuck out of here, Dad." So how do y'all feel? Do y'all think that Benzino is in the right to ask his daughter for money? Or do y'all think that she is in the right to say, "No, I don't want to give you money"? What's up?
Them two is just never ending. I swear. They always got daddy-daughter beef going on. If it's not one thing, it's another with them. But what I will say is I feel like Benzino is not wrong in what he's stating when he makes his statements. Like, listen, there was a time where I made millions and I was in a position, to take care of others, take care of your mother and all of that stuff. Now, financially, I'm not standing well on my own too. I need a little help. He even states, hey, listen, I could call one of my sons and be like, yo, I need a couple bucks, and he'll make sure I got it. I think Coi is just so bitter with just everything having to do with Benzino for whatever reason, because we don't know for certain what her gripe is. But they get good, and then
the gripe is this, Ish. You have to pick your poison. So either you want to be taken care of financially, or you want somebody to be present. Sometimes everybody can't balance both, depending on what their job is, depending on the nature of who they are. So I think in their case, he was working and he wasn't home and he wasn't around as a present parent. But I think he did at some points take care of her financially. So I think her beef is the absence of you physically being there as a father, like a 24/7 father.
Right. And I can definitely relate, and I can definitely get that. But I think that then keep your distance, you know what I mean, fully, because then she intertwines a little bit, and then he feels comfortable enough to be able to come and ask you for some bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he thinks that you guys may be on the mend, or that you may be kind of over it, or whatever the case may be. He feels comfortable enough to ask, and she ain't feeling it. Like, my nigga, beat it. Like, you a clown for even asking me for money. And now they beefing again. So it's like a never-ending cycle with them two.
I think that's just an emotional ploy on both of their behalves. I think that logically they're both right, and the emotions are just in the way of coming to a compromise. That's all it is. That's what I think it is. What's up, Nell? What's your thoughts?
So we're sitting here saying she right.
I said that yeah, some women do feel like if you weren't present as a parent, then no, nigga, that's how they feel. Daddy issues, nigga. You never seen this before?
So I actually did a little research back into this because this ain't the first time these two been beefing.
Right.
He actually lived with him,
right?
And he took care of her for a large portion of her life. I don't care if she did or he did. There's no her without him. I ain't the most spiritual, Bible conscious person in the world, but Exodus 20, chapter 20, verse 12 said, honor thy mother, thy father. And I live by that. And we've talked about this on many shows before about the dynamics of my father's situation. And I would never, ever disrespect neither one of my fathers because without them, there's no me. So where do we get off not holding down the very one that got us to this point in life?
That's what I'm saying. I stand with you, but there's that thing.
I get it. But buddy, you ain't got no career.
Right.
If it ain't for me, I showed you the way. I had a career. My career helped you live. So if I need help as my child, that's what we're supposed to do. Help our parents. We get a little bit too big in our britches when we start to become a little successful. We start forgetting about the ones that helped us get here, especially the ones that gave birth to us. Regardless, they helped us by giving us opportunities or whatever. They gave us life. And how do we turn our back on that?
I'm glad you said that because that's the first thing I say to my kids all the time. When they say anything to me, I tell them both, I gave you life.
It don't matter if they able bodies because what y'all be saying, I see a comment in the thing saying they both adults, they both able bodies. Would it be the same able body if he had it and she didn't? And he said, my dad, and she went to dad, I need you to take care of me or help me. I need money. Would y'all be saying the same thing about this man not giving to his child, even if she's an adult and able body? No. So we got to stop the narratives of people saying they able bodies. They're still her dad. That's still her parent. Because at the end of the day, if you went to your child and you said to your child, I need this, and they told you to get the fuck out of here, you will not be having that same energy. Well, I'm able-bodied, so I'm cool. You're in your feelings, you're hurt, and you feel betrayed. So let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense.
I don't like the stance of both people are able bodies because if it was when you do it, you do it to your friends. Like you do it to your friends, you do it to your boyfriends, girlfriends. You give them money without a thought. But then when they come to like your parents or your family members or something like that, you be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild. It's wild to me. I'll be like, look, again, people be throwing me like they be saying they family oriented, but how you family oriented if you ain't taking the side of the family? How you saying you got the morals and the values of this and you stand on this, but you don't really be on that? Like miss me with the bullshit. Like I don't just be understanding it. It don't sound good. It damn sure don't look good, and it don't feel well at all. So, like, let's try something different.
All right, I want to pull Ish into this before we wrap this up real quick. So Ish, being as though you have a checker pass with yours, what if your father asked you
now? Oh shit!
I came in the neck. My bad.
Man, neck the fuck.
I mean, honestly,
where is the bear?
Have been put in that position already. Yeah. I honestly have already been put in that position. And it was to help. It was to help with it was to help with rent.
Right.
Okay.
And I gave it. I didn't want to because he's never given me a lick of anything. Not time, not money, not nothing. But you know, I'm always a believer that, you help those in need and not for anything in return or not on the basis of what has been given to you. So I did help him, but I don't know if I would do it again, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I would do it again. I guess I would have to see, what would be the need, the need for it.
But you know what? I think just knowing you, I think you would again.
Right.
Because that's you.
Yeah.
And we can't escape us. Like if your heart genuine and pure, as much as your feelings are hurt, you gonna still be genuine and pure. And as much as you don't want to do it, you're going to do it just because that's you. No, that's just who you are. And that's what real genuine unconditional love look like. Because it ain't come with conditions. Like you're saying, I don't know, but once that's presented to you again, I think it would just be all right. I'm gonna just have to. Let me do it.
Right.
I want this on my conscience. I don't want to see this to a point where I got to deal with this if something goes wrong.
Right. Yep.
And that's how we and you look at things like that from that perspective. You doing that for your own conscience. You're not doing that because of what somebody else did or did not do for you. You doing that for your own mental makeup, how you've been brought up. You doing that for your own sanity. You're doing that for your own core values because that's the type of person you are. So when you look at it from a standpoint like that, you're going to do that 100% out of 100%. And you're going to you know what? I didn't want to do it, but I did it because this is who I am. And that's what we need to start looking at instead of looking at things from a worldly standpoint of, nah, I ain't doing this for them. And I ain't, that's not true. That's not, and that's not no knock at Aisha. I'm just saying, if that's not true, don't let the world consume your heart or your pureness for a look. And that's what she's doing. Right? Again, you know why
I don't think that's what she's doing. Hold on now. I don't think that's what she's doing. I think that she's young and naive and she just doesn't know any better at this point. I think that she's running off her emotions and she just doesn't know the magnitude of your father could be going to there tomorrow. And that's going to be the lasting thing that you have with him.
Right.
And you know what? We got to start growing up, right? We can't, like I said, you can't call yourself an adult with a childish mind, right? We can be in years, but if our mind is still childish, we right there with it. The reason why they keep asking about this situation is she keeps talking about it. If she say, nah, we're not talking about this. Me and my dad cool, or we straight, we figured it out, and it moves on. That story goes away because you're not giving energy to it. You still giving energy to it, people still going to listen. They should be asking you about your talent, your music, not your personal home life. I'm a musician. Ask me about my new song, my new album, my new project. Don't ask me about my relationship with my father that don't got nothing to do with this song I just put out about me twerking.
Not about me twerking.
Straight up. That's what we try to tear our own people down. Tasha K is one of them type of people. You got all these people out here that are us that still do nut shit. She ain't learned her lesson from the Cardi B situation.
This bitch is negative $4 million in money. Like she still at it. Like she don't want this. She don't know when to fucking stop.
Still at it.
As we wrap up this entertainment segment of episode 157, make sure y'all stay tuned for the deep dive. We're gonna talk about Thanksgiving, family time at Thanksgiving, where we're going, what we're eating, what time we're leaving, all things of that nature. It's a nice and spicy erotic zone in there. What else is in there? Nell and his self-sabotaging ways. No, I just fucking with you.
But yo, I want to give a big shout out to the young lady that's been rocking with us for some time now. See No Stress. Reason why I want to shout her out is she got all her people down there in Georgia rocking with us real heavy. The love is definitely felt and appreciated. Got them people down there watching us, real big and heavy down there in the Atlanta and Georgia area. We should definitely appreciate you. See no stress and your family. Y'all doing everything y'all can to help us push this narrative forward, which is Uncensored Minds, but not just Uncensored Minds, the whole network. You know what I mean? I see she rocking with E, she rocking with Make It Make Sense, and also the Sneaker Show. So people like that helps us control the narrative. It's people like that helps us push the narrative forward about positivity and not the tear down. Thank y'all.
Once again, make sure y'all like and share the video, hit that live bell notification, and stay tuned to
I got fever
that drops. Nell and Aisha sick. They trying to get me sick, but we ain't having that. We ain't having that. Look at this guy. So make sure y'all stay tuned. And all the members, once again, if you want to be a part of the Pollyanna, go on the Uncensored Minds Facebook page and put it in the inbox and say, I want parts. And then I'll put it all together and we'll do a pilot. For
whoever I get going to have an amazing Christmas. I'm telling you, Christmas is going to be all in the tree from now.
The next video should be popping up on y'all phone soon in like 5 or 10 minutes. Make sure y'all pay attention to that, and we will see y'all in the chat. It's going to be episode 157. It's going to get nice and nasty over there.
Yo, go pick up my girl.
That's gang. What's up?
Out there.
That's gang. What up?
That's
gang. What up? Make sure y'all meet us in the chat, man.
I'm retiring from the S gang, man. I'm
fuck out of it.
I don't want no charges to be brought up against me.
Fuck out of it. Get some NDAs, dog. Just get some NDAs.
Just get some NDAs. Don't sign them.
How long do NDAs last for? I need a 100-year NDA.
Like a 100-year NDA.
That's why. See, like East, you see what you done started. You got them getting slutted out, and then in 10 years they
gonna go back and be like, "Let me tell you what he made me do."
They gonna cry wolf.
All right,
we'll see y'all in the chat, man. Episode 157. Stay tuned.
Yes. Thank